ಏಮ್ಮ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So what is this issue? Like DCM wants to join Kanakpura, means Ramnagara district to Bangalore. So want to rename it as Bangalore South. So what is your opinion on that? Dilip? ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಒಂದ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿಚಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಓದಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ರಿ. Means it's good, you are saying that. Okay. Okay. What is the problem? So you need to talk about problems, right? ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. Because of this reason, I don't like this. Yes, Diksha. ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ. Caste, how it is linked? Caste. How it is linked? You are saying starting with negative thing, but you are saying that add it. How it is corrected?
Since there are a lot of factors like this, it's better to expand constitute the future needs.
Okay, you mean to say if it is added, some of the population will move there, so that it will be normalized. In that sense, you are saying. Okay. Any other opinion? See, what they are saying that is everyone wants to claim that Bangalore is like a international city. It is not like any other ordinary city. So if Ramnagara joins to this, means it becomes part of Bangalore. So that they will also claim that we belongs to Bangalore. That means they also get an international opportunity. That is what the meaning, psychological thing. That is the main thing actually. Okay, the moment it becomes part of Bangalore, real estate value will rise. So that is okay. But you must be able to whether to say it's right or wrong. Because when 7 new districts were formed, you remember? 2007. 7 new districts. Koppala, Davanagere, okay, even Ramnagara, Gadag. 7 districts were formed. UPSC asked one question. So, like, what is the difference between formation of new states and formation of new districts? So they will choose such daily issues and make the question. So what is your opinion on that? Are they same or different? Forming new district and new state. How? Okay. Not necessarily conflict. Even if it is very big, they want to make it for administrative convenience, they will make it divisions. Okay. Huh.
So everyone practice.
Okay. Then means we have to compare. Forming a new district, forming a new state. Are they different or same? Yes. This is UPSC question. Helama.
So forming new state goes with the constitution will have to change, but
Yes, that is one point. In constitution itself, that schedule 1, they are going to change it. District not necessarily. Then think. So forming new state leads to different administrative setup. But forming a new district will be under same administration only. Within Karnataka only, Davangere is there, Koppala is there, Ramnagara is there. So it is not going to change the administration. Then it is not going to face so many hurdles like forming a new state. So keeping that, he wanted to compare why it is important. Okay, now I'm asking on the same line. See, we always frame questions by saying all the previous questions. Okay, how his mind will be thinking. So they can ask this one also. What about making adjoining areas to join to a capital city or which is already well-known city? So what are the benefits it may get? So one is psychological thing. Another is, see, that will come under which administration? Bangalore administration. So that is the thing. It will come under Bangalore administration. So what is the big deal about it? If it comes about, what is the big deal? So what? Bandra ಏನಾಯ್ತು? See, the developmental budget for Bangalore is not like any other district. Correct, no? So the whole Karnataka, whatever the budget it is receiving, okay, one big share will belongs to Bangalore. For example, it is not like that all districts are getting 1 crore. So, for example, others are getting 1 crore. Bangalore will get 10 crore, 20 crore. That means Ramnagara can be part of that development process. Got it? And even when it expands, budget of the Bangalore again it will increase. So, what are the new infrastructure facilities, everything may be available to the district. Correct? No, ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. What is the benefit they are going to? So what negative they may face? Negative. What negative may happen? Negative.
environmental impact.
Environmental impact because of. Okay. Then what else? Ondena? What about land? See, usually what happens because it has happened, it is not for the first time. So in Devanhalli, because the airport is coming, there is another aspect. It is not like new district or something, but another aspect. Suddenly, farmers start selling their land because they are getting a huge value. Because real estate will boom, and automatically, it is not about agriculture getting impacted. It is about the farmers. They don't have financial education. So they will take huge money and they will enjoy like anything. After they will come to road. Now they don't have land also, money also. So they'll come to roads. That is, proven. Many times it has happened. Financial education will see once the money, okay, I will purchase something there, I will enjoy, I will spend money. So they don't understand what they're doing. Financial education is less, not among just farmers, among most of us. We don't have financial education. Okay, what is the value of money, how to say, how to invest, okay, everything we need to understand. That is not there. So that is a big impact. That means now agriculture is impacted. that you said. Agriculture of that area will be impacted. And Ramnagara district is known for, so correct now, silk city. So Gotilla, it may be positively impacted or also negative. So Silk Institute, Silk Board is there in Bangalore, right? Okay, now it is also becomes part of Bangalore. Maybe enhancement agbodu, chances are there. It may get more impetus, positive side. So like that, you have to analyze. Social impact, that is economically we discussed. What is social impact? What may happen? What happens? Again, it is pushed to cosmopolitan culture. Means all people will start, that is common. The moment it is part of Bangalore, people will mix. So cosmopolitan culture, that that advantage, disadvantage. Okay. So existing culture will be disturbed. So that is also we can write. Okay. Then administration point I said. So like this, you have to think one by one. What may happen politically? What may happen administratively? Okay. What may happen economically, infrastructure-wise? What it may lead to. Right? So like that, you have to think. Then it is your own issue, not an issue. That is not like sensitive issue like AFSPA. If you take one side, something, no, it is not a big deal. Anything you can take. So where I should be cautious, where I should be liberal. Got it? So no problem. In this scenario, whatever decision you take, it's okay. Okay. So if even if you take no, not required. Okay. Because okay, what Dilip said, that point you can highlight so it will put pressure on the existing Bangalore. That itself is facing a lot of problems. Existing Bangalore itself is facing a lot of problems. Okay. So that itself they cannot handle. So now you are adding one more big part to it. So adding the complexities. So that leads to again degradation of the facilities in Bangalore. So once it is completely developed, means completely in order, everything is almost seems okay, then we may think of joining the neighborhood districts or places. Like that also we can. Okay. So women marriage and labor market participation. Actually, in the evening batch, yesterday itself, we covered employment. So women marriage and labor market. See, after that Nobel Prize, so all her research points are being discussed in editorials. So in this editorial, they are discussing about how marriage actually impacting the employment status of the woman. Okay. So how it is impacting before we proceed? Anama? Okay. How it is impacting employment? Increases. So she is not participating in the employment after marriage. So that is what the article is highlighting. Some data points are there that you can use. Okay. So labor force participation rate. Women labor force participation rate. Okay. What is the meaning of that? So among the labor force participation. So participation means they are willing to work, but they may not be working. That's why we call it as labor force participation rate. Means, see, we are not considering whole population. Among the people who are ready to work, if the work is given, they are ready to do. Labor force participation means how many are involved. Everyone, see, you are ready to work, but you are not working. Okay. So there are two things you have to understand. One is usual principal status. Usual principal status. In prelims also they will ask. in while measuring employment, usual principal status is used. In economic survey, if you open, you will see that. What is that usual principal status? Anyone? So this is about if a person is working more than 6 months, 180 days. So he is considered actually as an employee. That is usual principal status. Another is there. Okay, universal and subsidiary principal status. So that measures if a person is working for more than 30 days. So this indicator is very important. See, 30 days anyone can work easily, but that also shows something. What? They are ready to work, but actually they are not working for more than 1 month, means some problem is there. Only one minutes, it may be 1 month, it may be 5 months. That will come under subsidiary status. UPS means they are like serious. Okay, the employees means they are ready to work. They are working. Okay. So there may be why people will work only for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Maybe some reason is there. Those who are not ready to work, I am not considering. So like children and old age. Avribarnu count ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay. So in women, labor force participation rate has significant consequence for women intra and inter household bargaining power as well as the overall economic progress of the nation. Yes, definitely. That, for example, if women contributes to the GDP, means work, automatically our GDP will increase another 50%. Okay. There are still large difference between women and men in terms of what they do, how they are remunerated. So even salaries difference is there even today. Okay. So globally, however, level of female labor force participation is very low, means relatively low. World Bank estimates that worldwide labor force participation rate for women is 47.3% in 2022. Okay, despite remarkable advancement observed in the global economics. Okay, and there has been persistent decline in the labor force participation rate of the women in developing nations. So how much it is coming down? See, this is bad thing. Earlier itself it was good. Now it is coming down. Earlier, whole world, worldwide. Okay. So India, it is given here. See, in 1990, at least 28% of the women were taking part. Okay. Now it has come down to 24%. This you have to remember. Labor force participation rate in India, they are telling in developing countries it is happening, coming down. Okay. So she highlights one more thing. There is a U-shaped pattern during the course of economic growth. What is the meaning of different shapes? Npdia? What are the different shapes in the economy? U is there, K is there, L is there, V is there. What is this? Economy is performing somewhere. In COVID, suddenly it dropped, growth dropped, and sudden recovery happened. That is V-shaped, immediately coming back. Okay. There are few students who will be in consistent level. Suddenly they will drop, whatever may be the reason, and suddenly they will bounce back once they are back. There are few students, they are working at peak, so they go to down. Economy also same thing, and they take longer time. They will be in that lower mode for longer period, then slowly they will come back. Then what is L shape? Your economy at the peak, coming down, and they will never come back. That keep on going. Okay. And what is K? Who will explain K? K. Anamma? Who will explain K? in economy, some sectors will come back easily. Okay. Some sectors will keep on going down. All sectors cannot perform at the same rate. That is called as K-shaped recovery. This is more practical. Means it's possible. Some say no, service sector came back to normalcy. Okay, real estate sector is still there only, stagnant, or some sector even going down, like that, cave shape. Okay, so here they are telling about U-shaped pattern during the course of economic growth. What is the meaning of that? So they are in the economic growth phase, they are taking some time and they are coming back. Further, he added that the initial decline in the participation rate is due to the movement of production from household, family farm, and small business to the wider market. Reforms time. Suddenly, whole market will be acquired by the big people. They will lose job. So why that is down? So that's what they are telling. Initial decline. That U-shaped means initially when decline happens, will be in that phase, then come back. So they are telling, yes, initially labor force participation rate went down because of reforms. Because large people are, means big people are coming because of LPG reforms. In almost all developing countries, it has happened. It is not only to India. And to a strong income effect, but the income effect weakens, the substitution effect strengthens at some point. So what is this? Income effect weakens and substitution effect strengthens at some point. What is the meaning of that? What is this income effect and substitution effect? Any guess? See, when you are starting, with the technology or the liberal reforms, the income level also will rise. Okay. But there is a stark difference between men and women. Okay. For women, they will be, even today, so sir, you may say that Equal Remuneration Act is there. So that is applicable to minimum wages, not at like somebody is getting 20,000, somebody is getting 25,000. That you cannot question. With respect to minimum wages, if you are fulfilling, above that, it is not, you cannot question. In private industry, it is not uniform. In government setup, so that will be same for everyone. Pay scale will be same for everyone. But in private industry, you know that you cannot tell that why you are paying 5 lakh to her and 6 lakhs to him. So they know that. That is the negotiation things. And they will also point out some lady will be getting 7 lakhs. See, so here merit based, there is experience based, qualification based, that will be seen. Okay. So one is income effect is disturbing the woman. Okay. Second is substitution effect. The employees will be replaced by like technology machines. That is one side, substitution effect. And also women are replaced by men. Many reasons are there. That's what they are analyzing. So this issue is made considerably dire when married women express desire to participate. Okay, this becomes very strong when especially it comes to married women. So you all know that. If unmarried woman is working, that is there is a lot of difference between unmarried women and married women. So in productivity as well as the contribution of unmarried women is more. It is not like that married woman is weak or something. It is, she is not participating. And the problem with respect to women is, one is education attainment. Second is mobility. Mobility is a problem. After marriage, she will start looking something near to her house, so that she can go and work and come back easily. If it is not available, she will not go to work itself. That's what they're telling. Increasing family obligations, societal disapproval associated with the women. Okay. So even today also, that patriarchal mindset will not allow the women to work outside, especially night shift. They will even not entertain that. Institution of marriage amplifies domestic obligations for women, while concurrently imposing many social and cultural impediments. Okay. So the marriage amplifies the domestic obligations. Earlier itself, she is having domestic obligations, but marriage make it compulsory. Okay. So societal and cultural impediments are there, roadblocks are there. So labor market entry of women is influenced by the range of individual and societal factors. Okay. So that is several variables like religious and caste affiliations, geographical location, wealth of their household, prevailing societal norms. How wealth of the household? How wealth of the household? Another data I will give. Compared to middle class and higher class women, the lower class women are more participating in the labor force. This is one more data. So why the difference? Both are Indian women only. So poverty forces them to work irrespective of the, and even family also cannot object to it. So they get money from that. So poor people are having more freedom compared to middle class or upper class. It is true with other aspect also. In religious matters, choice matters. So sexual liberalism, all those things. In lower caste, lower level, okay, so much rigidity is not there. Okay. But as you move higher up in the ladder, so many restrictions are there on the woman. So that is true not only with respect to employment, but also with respect to other aspects. Okay. So that means the upper more, as you move higher in the ladder, they are more restricted compared to lower level. Means they do not think it as a matter of pride or something. They say, oh, our family is having sufficient wealth. Why you want to go for work? The same thing they will not say to man. Got it. So that is one hindrance. And women also encounter gender asymmetrical professional costs as a result of several societal constraints, resulting in gender disparities in premarital career selections, income inequality, age at marriage, and decisions about fertility decision. Even this is also getting hampered. So in companies, the moment they are coming to know that she is getting married or something, they will deny her all opportunities. So stating like after marriage she will be engaged again, a child, then she cannot focus on the career, like that. They will okay show us. Why some things will be highlighted? For example, one I think in Canada or some MP, she was feeding her baby in the legislative means parliament itself and participated. So why it was highlighted? So it is possible that much space should be given by the men, means society. Okay, it is possible to work along with the. So that is part of the life. So you must accept it like that. Okay. So that is not acceptable. So it is a society's responsibility to give space to those women. Okay, after marriage, it is a norm. People will compare like, see, she's taking advantage of this thing. So that kind of mindset should go. There, see, always there are people to misuse. No doubt about it. Don't take it as a norm. Everyone will misuse. Sorry. Yeah, any system, people will be there to misuse. How okay, so don't worry about that. Give her space so that she can become part of the labor force. See, women from lower strata are more inclined to engage in labor market because they are driven by economic constraints. Okay. When analyzing female labor force participation based on usual principal status and usual principal and subsidiary status. Subsidiary status talks about just 30 days and above working. Usual 6 months above working. Okay. Categories in India's NSSO periodic labor force survey. So that is as per NSSO. This itself can be asked in prelims. Okay. NSSO periodically conducts this survey. So that is for the age of 25 to 49 years. Why 25 to 49? Why 25 to 49? Working route. Okay. What is demographic dividend? Demographic dividend means working population of the country. They can only give. So what is the age group considered for demographic dividend? Hmm? 15 to 59. 15 to 59. Okay. Because by the age of 15, so people start working. Okay. Up to 59. So that is considered as demographic dividend. See, up to 14 years, you cannot engage them in work because you know that child labor. But after that, they can start working, and up to retirement almost 59. That's why that is called as demographic dividend. But NSSO uses 25 to 49. Actually, this also true, means nowadays education, higher education, so takes time. So real work starts from 25 to 49. Okay. And it becomes apparent that married women show a considerably lower employment proportion under UPS status. So that means more than 6 months, not at all working. Which one? No. 25 to 15 miss. See, they are taking that age group. That's why I explained demographic dividend. NSSO collects this data between 25 to maybe, see, reasons may be like, okay, they will get stabilized in their work by the age of 25. Initially, so serious workers, maybe they are counting 25 to 49. Okay. But demographic dividend talks about whole working group, that is 15 to 59. Okay. So here it shows the employment proportion in UPS is very less compared to UPSS, principal and subsidiary status. That means for 30 more than 30 days they are working, but not more than 6 months. That itself shows that they are interested. This data is used to show they are interested, but somehow they are missing. The data shows marriage significantly influence women labor market outcomes. Next, in 2022, 1 year itself, 5% in the female labor force has decreased. Okay, in this group. And that is earlier it was 50% in 2004, and now it is 45%, 50 to 45%. But that 5% has reduced in 1 year. That's what they are saying. Not in that continuous, how many? 15 years. Okay. So obviously, whenever we talk about problems, we talk about solutions. Okay. So solutions you can write, you can read, not an issue. So that's what I can say. Government has also doing the national Krisha scheme. That means in the job place, they should be having a child care facilities. That's called national Krisha scheme. Okay, caretaking. And on the day somewhere I discussed, even when women want to participate, you say that for child care centers, Anganwadis are there. The problem is they will take care up to 1 o'clock. Who will allow them to work for 1 o'clock and later you have to go? So that is another problem. And if you say like, okay, they have to work for morning to evening. So it is also not that easy because, away from the mother, so they cannot stay that long. That is also another problem. Only solution is provide at the workplace. Okay, their caretaker should be there. She can go and even now and then and come back. So like that. So this is talking about unhealthy urban India must get into the street fight mode. So urban problems. So we need to fight those problems and get the solution. So urbanization issues, definitely they will be asking questions. So in that context, you can easily. So urban India and multiple health risk. No, just no need to explain all these things. You can easily, visualize those things in Bangalore. So like multi-scalar health risk, including the world's highest levels of air and noise pollution. So in all cities, this is a common problem: air pollution, noise pollution. Okay, limited greenery and lack of access to sidewalks. So there people will be going in roads, and parks are very limited. Compared to that, Bangalore is having more parks. That's why it's called as Udyanagari, Garden City. Okay, but it's losing that charm that it was also called as AC City. That much cool environment. Okay, now that is not the scenario. Compared to 10, 20 years, the temperature of Bangalore is, average temperature is increasing. Okay, so, and archaic modes of transport that contribute to air pollution, the old models of roads, and unhealthy foods, toxic chemicals exposure, heavy metals exposure. So all these are giving to one or other type of health problems. No need of explaining it. Maybe like BP, sugar, all those respiratory problems, cancer. Okay. So yes, what can be done to handle that? See, you need to understand how infrastructure becomes important. You can read this, but I will just discuss the points. If you are having a good road, so how it contributes to health? How? So more emissions because of dysfunctional roads. Okay, so carbon emission will be very high. Then dust. Then so health problems. You know that. Like backache. So many problems people will face because of not good roads. Then other than that, really, how it is linked to health? It increases the stress. So most of the people in urban areas are facing stress in one or other way. I'm just giving one example, one road, but considering all the infrastructure, so how much problem they will face. So good infrastructure. Okay. So no proper footpaths. Okay. If footpaths are there, safety is ensured. So now they don't have that safety. So in the fear, they will be moving in the roads. No proper, so foot over bridges. Okay. So people will face problem because of all these things. It leads to health problem. Okay. That's what unhealthy urban they are talking about. So then what else? So what they have to do? What they have to do? So and in Bangalore, you cannot even think of taking cycle and going. So you will be safety is not there. So many people will be ready to take cycle paths if it is available. Okay. So that is a good thing for improving the health, where physical activity will be ensured, and also it reduces the pollution. Both advantages are there. But in Bangalore, it is discouraging. If you go near Majestic, that overpass road is there. So that clearly says that no cycles are allowed. That is discouraging. And say reason maybe like okay, because of speed issues and all, unnecessarily because there is high traffic jam area. Because of cycles, again it will be more. When slow moving vehicles are there, traffic will be more. So that is the reason they might be blocking. But what I'm saying, then we are not designing healthy road concept itself. You must give a separate lane, even though you hear too much traffic. In cycle lane, it should be free. Ambulance lane should be free. Nobody should be in that path. So they can plan it. Whatever it happens to others, no worries. So then people, okay, nearest those are having working place, they will use so cycles only. Correct, no? So nowadays, like semi-automatic things are also available. So you can also use motor and also use cycle. For example, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, nobody can cycle every day. Okay, for 2, 3, 5 kilometers, you can pedal and remaining you can run. So that kind of option should be. Then electric vehicles. Okay. So which reduces the pollution and also that encouragement should be there in the urban areas. Right. So they have to change this urban structure planning things in accordance with the health of the people. That is what I want to say. You can read this. Okay. They're talking about all diseases, how it is creating problem. So what they can do. Okay. The legality of using white phosphorus. What is this? So Israel and Palestine. Okay. So in war, they are using white phosphorus. So what is this white phosphorus? What is the problem? It is very poisonous. But why they will use? To create some morbidity in the war area. Like fog kind of thing. Like so that it becomes invisible. So for that purpose, they will be using. Okay. Israel earlier also used. Now also it is using. Earlier first it denied, then later it accepted that we are using, but we are not using it in civilian areas. We are using in only where that terrorist, according to them, Hamas. So where they are, only there we are using. But that is not true. Even civilian areas also they have used. So that is having a very negative impact on the health. Okay. So that's what legality of using white phosphorus. What law says? So that is the learning for us. What can be used in the wars, what cannot be used. Just because we have everything, we cannot use. Okay. So, Human Rights Watch recently accused Israel using phosphorus munitions in Gaza. Okay. In 2009 also they used. Okay. Later they accepted. But they said that we did not use in civilian areas. We used only in uninhabitable areas just to create that invisibility for see, UN fact-finding mission is there. Even though Israel said that we did not use in uninhabited means inhabited areas, so they said that no, they have used it. Okay, United Nations fact-finding mission. So they may ask prelims question. White phosphorus, about white phosphorus. Work on that. One big article is there. They may frame one question. It is useful in military operation, but it also poses environmental dangers. It can be employed to create dense smoke screens in the context of combat. Okay, hindering the visibility and providing cover for military maneuvers. So that is one main purpose. Additionally, it can be used in incendiary devices such as grenades and artillery shells. That can also be added in the shells, okay, which can result in persistent and intense fights effective against people, equipment, and structure. So whenever they throw shell bombs, okay, artilleries, so that will keep the fire for continuous period. Okay, so they can use like that also. Ethical concerns are due to severe burns and suffering. It leads to severe burns and suffering in that area because of this continuous firing capacity. The convention on certain conventional weapons, CCW, that's what law says. Convention on certain conventional weapons, okay, imposes restriction on the use of incendiary weapons, including white phosphorus, with the aim of safeguarding civilians. So this is banned as per CCW. You cannot use. So exact meaning I'll check. Okay, but anyway, where you can use this shell bombs or artilleries, so you can throw at places. So there you have to, you cannot use that. And in addition, white phosphorus use is subjected to the rules and principles of international humanitarian law. So also you have to take care of humans should not be affected. In war also that is there. Okay, civilians should not be harmed, which aims to minimize the harm to both civilians and combatants in the armed conflicts. This includes principles of distinction, which require differentiation between combatants and civilians. Okay, so that is always there. Now Israel face that problem because both are there. Combatants are also there, civilians are also there. How to differentiate? Okay, but law says that you have to differentiate. If civilians are there, means you cannot use that. But Israel violated. See, the responsibility, who is primarily responsible, Israel or Hamas for that? Ethics question. Hamas. They know that. Okay, here civilians are there, again retaliation will come back to the same place. That means they wanted to use them as a shield. That means who is ethically wrong? Hamas. They knows that if retaliation comes, they will be affected. Both are responsible, but primary responsibility is on Hamas. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸಿವಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So they thought that okay, because of humanitarian law, they will not use force against us. But Israel, defied that. I said, in war, who will succeed? Who breaks the rules? It is proven from the past. Who use different techniques and who, that is smooth way of saying different techniques. Who breaks the rules? Even in Mahabharata also, Pandavas did not win. Okay, because of Krishna's strategy, we call it a strategy, but he broke the rules. Correct, no? In all ways, he broke the rules, including himself. Like he said that I will not use chakra. He also used in one case. Okay, so Duryodhana. So as per the rules of the war, they cannot, hit the thigh. Okay, so yes, that was also used. They broke all the rules. Okay, so the same thing. Wherever you go in the history, who has broken the rules, so they have won. Okay. So even international humanitarian law also prohibits indiscriminate attacks that may be disproportionately harm civilians and civilians. So all laws are in favor of protecting civilians, but still they are using. That's what they are discussing. Then, as per the CCW, okay, in that protocol 3 specifically deals with the incendiary weapons. Article 1 of this protocol defines that incendiary weapon. What is the meaning of that? A weapon or munition primarily designed to set fire to objects or to cause burn injury persons. So they are called as incendiary weapons. Okay. So for that, what cannot be used? There it is mentioning protocol 3. This you can use in answer. Okay. So the Chemical Weapons Convention Treaty also bans, okay, use of chemical weapons. Comprehensive ban on the use of chemical weapons. So what chemicals cannot be used in the war? That is the Chemical Weapons Convention. For everything, conventions are there. Okay. For example, even so nuclear related also. So earlier one rule says, okay, you cannot test nuclear in air, on sea, on ground. So I will test underground. And the law says like that, I will test underground. So actually CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty for nuclear weapons testing, no? CTBT was there. They forced you please sign this. That was actually designed to suppress only India. Okay, we did not sign that. What was the thing? The Western countries are saying, especially US, saying that before nuclear testing, I'm saying. Because India should not get that power, so it should not become powerful. So you should not test air, sea, on ground, underground, in all ways. Okay. So then how they will do? Because they have tested and they have closed. Now they don't need to do that. Now they have got the capability to just ensure that simulation in computer. To that level they have reached. That's why they're telling that if you want so many benefits, you sign this CTBT. So India did not sign. Okay. Because that was planning to curb, means suppress India. So they should not become nuclear state. Okay. So we means did this in a secret operation, this nuclear testing. Okay. So hiding from the US satellites. Okay. Moving also, so in Parmanu movie is there. They have shown that. Okay. So they did not, this was a secret operation. So once that testing was done, then obviously everyone must come to know. Okay. So that's how we became nuclear state. Then everything was normalized with India. The moment we become powerful, people will come to us. Simple. Okay. So even Chemical Weapons Convention is also saying the same thing. But one problem is white phosphorus actually is not covered in that. They are talking about all the chemicals. Other laws are supporting, but especially in chemicals weapon, white phosphorus, okay, even though it is toxic, actually they have missed this. Okay. When employed as an incidental weapon and not for chemical warfare, white phosphorus falls under the regulations of the protocol 3rd of the CCW. Okay. So it falls under CCW, but not under CWC. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆನ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ chemical weapons convention it is not banned. That's why they are using chemical as a chemical. Okay, if you are using as a incendiary weapon, that is banned, but direct use of phosphorus, that is not covering CCW. Okay, in CWC also it is not covered, so that exception they are taking. So anyway, they can include this. That's what. So they are suggesting the same thing. Remove this ambiguity and clearly add that if this is used like this, it is banned. If it is used directly, it is not banned. Then they will show that we are using for this purpose. So better ban in all forms in the warfare techniques. So this should motivate you to study about what are the different treaties are there in the world with respect to chemicals usage, hazardous chemical usage, nuclear usage. Got it? Or other weapons usage. So all these things. So then only we'll understand holistically. use this as the, see, these are small things, but it gives big weightage in the answers. You will be writing about ADB, Asian Development Bank is there instead of IMF, World Bank. What it has done, you don't know. To write the example. So that is very important. So here it is saying that $400 million, okay, loan was which is supporting government agenda to urban reforms. So we are taking that much loan from ADB. See, one question will come where you are talking about IMF, okay, International Monetary Fund and World Bank. So global South or South Asian countries, means Asian countries are planning their own parallel institutions. Then you will give the example of ADB, AIIB, correct? BRICS Bank. Okay, they are taking the place of IMF and World Bank and helping each other. So example you have to write. So suddenly you will not remember any examples. Nimge asset examples. You forget everything, but don't forget examples. Nimge exam marks kodade examples. So for each and everything, if you open the syllabus copy, everything you should be able to tell at least 2 to 3 examples in different aspects. Then automatically good answers will come. Okay, like this you have to take. Okay, so it is helping. That information is enough. So recently ADB gave 400 million loan for urban reforms in India. Done. Like that. So please read this. How big is the gender gap earnings? Already we discussed that article. So this you can easily see how they are talking about the same thing. What is that gap? How much gap is there? Okay. So these kind of articles you must look for prelims question, culture-based question. They are talking about Gaya, both Gaya. So definitely what question can be asked on that? Your mind always should think what question can be asked. Whatever you read, what question can be asked.